Just want to get your prediction on them. Announced only a couple of days ago, Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. I know you know the Furies quite well. A lot of people are saying, Jake shouldn't be in this sport, but is he fighting finally a legitimate fighter?
You know what? You can't go sleep on Jake. Jake is a fighter that can bang. You know what I mean? Watching him fight, look, he knows the fundamentals, how to move. So you can't just say that, oh, he's just a fighter that is gonna go in there and blast. You think a few is gonna blast him out. He's gonna have to be trained and in shape to beat Jake, because Jake can take a good punch and he can give a good punch. So it's a tough call, but I still think Fury obviously is the better fighter, really, and obviously is the boxer. So really, he should walk through that fight. But like I said, don't sleep on Jake, because Jake is dangerous with that power as well.
Those are the words of Amir King Khan as he predicts that Jake Paul is a lot better than people give him credit for. He knows the fundamentals, and you cannot walk through that particular guy. Let me counterpunch. I think, first off, Amir Khan has a point. It's the people that you underestimate are the people that will knock you out silly. And I think that's what Tyron underestimated about Jake Paul. See, regardless of what you did, regardless of what your platform was, it doesn't stop you from learning. We learn every day. Every single day we learn something about something we didn't know. Okay? So who's to say a person like Jake Paul couldn't learn about boxing and wasn't taking boxing seriously on a totally different secret, agenda, and going in there and doing what he's doing? This is important to me because it separates the men from the boys. It separates the people that's supposed to know about boxing versus the people that don't. Okay? See, for Jake Paul to come in there and to do what he did thus far is whatever. It's nothing very impressive because he hasn't been in there with a boxer. But this fight reveals what he can do with someone that has been learned to fight damn near all of his life. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you have to take in question when you're dealing with Jake Paul, when you're dealing with Tommy Fury, and when you put them together. If Tommy Fury goes out there and blasts this Jake Paul, he will lose so much credibility, but for a reason. He has something to bounce back on. He didn't have the boxing fundamentals. But if he goes in there and he does the same thing or similar thing he did with Tyron and all the other fights, he will be a force to be reckoned with. Okay? And for Amir Khan, I would suggest Amir Khan should stay away from Jake Paul, because we know Amir Khan's resistance, neurology, his neural patterns, his chin, all that stuff is in question if he gets hit by Jake Paul. So I think Amir Khan is respecting the punching power because he knows he's been where Tyron has been, and he doesn't want to get it in. Bars. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Amir King Khan predicting that Jake Paul is the better fighter out of him and Tommy Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.